I'm here with Nick Schreiber and JD Rocchio, co-founders of Belle's Bagels. Hi guys.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. So tell me a little bit about Belle's Bagels.
Bell's Bagels is pretty much a modern take on a classic food item. What we really wanted to do was take something that people hold near and dear to their heart, the bagel, and update it to what I like to call modern culinary standards. So, our flour is from Central Milling Company, which is a company based in Utah, and they harvest it from very small farms, and it's of the utmost quality. Quality was at the top, and then other than that, we use nothing more than 6 other ingredients. We wanted to keep it simple, no dough conditioners, nothing else, something very straightforward, and let the flavors just kind of sing.
And how did this whole idea of deciding that you were going to go into business, the bagel business, come to be?
There were a few too many mornings where I think we woke up craving a bagel, and there really wasn't anywhere to go.
In LA, right?
In LA.
Right.
That's not to say that the bagels out here aren't good, but there's nothing, great. There's no like one bagel that you have to have in Los Angeles. So I kind of realized that, I could change that.
And tell me about, so your relationship. How do you guys know each other? How did this start, this partnership?
We've actually known each other since we were about 12 years old. We went to high school together.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. And then I, of course, went to school in Boston. JD also went to school in Boston.
Okay.
So our friendship has just kind of continued on since, meeting each other in 7th grade. And when I kind of came up with the idea for Belle's Bagels, JD was my current roommate, and he just kind of showed an immediate interest in it, and it was almost natural. We never really had a discussion about it. It just started happening. And he could do everything that I could do, and I could do everything he could do.
Right. So you guys are the yin to each other's yang. Is that what they say?
I guess so. The division of labor is pretty strong,
Yeah.
which has been, I think, pretty important.
Yeah. And was that sort of something that happened organically, or was it, let's sit down and actually figure out what our jobs are going to be and what our responsibilities are going to be, and let's really separate this and make sure we're running this as a business?
A little bit of both. I came into it, like Nick said, as a roommate. He could make the food. I was willing to do the other stuff, and I've started small businesses before here and there, and
So you knew sort of the steps that you guys would have to take in order to actually get this off the ground, and you had the idea and the cooking behind it.
yeah, we each kind of gravitated toward whatever we were doing.
So your business is online right now. So how did that all start? How did you guys decide, okay, let's try to, how do you market? How did you build the brand?
It was a pretty organic thing, I do craft service also as a job, and I would just kind of stand on set and talk to people and be like, where do you guys get good bagels? And they're like, nowhere. And I'd be like, well, I know what I can do. So we came up with the idea. We just started making bagels for ourselves and some of our friends, and then people started telling us these were really good and we should start thinking about selling to other people. And then we had a couple chefs that wanted to try them, and we gave them to more and more people, and it just kind of snowballed into this really wonderful brand. It really happened almost totally organically,
Just
and
very naturally.
we did one event back in October, Artisanal LA, which really helped us and kind of honed what our brand was and what we were doing, so people could really understand who we are, the people that didn't know us personally.
Right. So people go on the website and they buy in bulk, I assume?
You go on the website, there's an order form, it's actually 2 dozen minimum,
Okay.
and that's it, and we'll take care of anybody.
You deliver? Or
we
do you physically, do you
we
sell them out, or do you
physically-
physically
I
deliver
would be
them?
there in the morning with a smile on
bagels?
my face and a box full of bagels.
Such a big smile on your face.
Happy to be here, 7 a.m.
Good morning to you.
So is it strictly just LA right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We it's actually pretty important to me because we're both native Angelinos.
Oh, okay.
So we really want to serve LA. The other reason why we kind of both agreed on starting a business is because we're from LA. We love the city more than any place else. All we want to do is give back to the city that we're from. And that's kind of where starting a business comes in for me. It's much more than trying to make money. It's about serving the place that created you and made you who you are.
I like that. And why Belle's Bagels? Why the name? Where does Belle come from?
We went through a lot.
Because that's the hardest part, right? Probably.
A lot of names. We spent, oh my god, way too long trying to figure out names.
I wanted Uncle Bagel.
Yeah, I hated it
I
so
was
much.
pushing loudly for
Uncle, and
Bagel.
why? Just because
I think
you
you-
like
I
the
just, it
name?
had that nice familial,
Uncle Bagel.
yeah.
It
Okay.
sounds so creepy.
It kind of does.
It just sounds so creepy. I just
But it's
don't-
unforgettable.
It is unforgettable. So then after like, oh my god, months of trying to come up with a name, I was actually sitting and talking with my mom just about the whole bagel thing. This was at the very beginning, you know. It actually kind of went back to a conversation that we had earlier where I was just like, you know, I don't know if I should pursue this baking thing because I've worked in restaurants before and I've worked with food before, but baking and food are two completely different beasts. Like food is, you know, you have to know a certain amount of stuff, but you can kind of make up what you're doing on a whim.
Right. And
Baking-
throw seasoning in.
Baking
and,
is science plus
Yeah.
dark magic. Like,
Yes, it is. I'm not the best baker.
neither am I. Just kidding. So I was talking to my mom about it, and I was just like, you know, I have this great idea. I really want to bring LA the bagel that it deserves, but I hate baking so much. And she sat me down and she was just like, you know, have you ever really tried baking? Maybe you should push yourself to do it. And then she said, your great grandmother Belle was an amazing Romanian baker, so maybe you just have it in you to do it. And I think
Oh, it's after
the
your
fact that
grandmother.
yeah, my great grandmother.
I got see that gave me chills, so I think that name is better than Uncle Bagel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Uncle Bagel gives me like scary chills. Like
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable chills.
I love that.
Yeah, so we named it after her because, you know, she's the only person in my family that really like started another small business. She was a tailor in New York City. She migrated here from Romania, and you know,
And was an amazing baker.
an amazing baker.
I love that.
Yeah.